One of the things that real estate allowed me to do was to be in a financial position to help those that I love. You know, tonight I've got my cousin that's here in the room with me. I've always been that guy within the family that has done well. You know, I was the oldest sibling. I was the first person that really played sports and did well in school and all that. And I got a legacy behind me of cousins and brothers and sisters. Well, financially, I was the first millionaire that anybody's seen in our world. And it gave me an opportunity to do some things. And one of those things was that I was raised by my grandparents right here in Effingham County. And I come from a praying family. Those days in which I was playing basketball on the dirt court out in the yard, my grandfather would yell on the court, or would be yelling from the porch, "Speedy! Come on in here and get ready for church." On Sunday morning. That was my call, right? And growing up, picking pecans, and just a great childhood. Lost my grandmother. Oh, excuse me. Situation came where financial situations came up where my grandparents were in a place, and I wasn't seeing things happening within the family to make things happen, and so I stepped in. And I said, okay, I'll take care of it. Y'all figure out the rest. And that's what I did. Well, I took on a property that there's no way I would invest in Effingham County. I would come home. I mean, I've been away. That wasn't an investment move. That was a family move. And things were going well. But then the economy hit, and I made some decisions so that I can get myself underneath that weight. But this one property was a family property, and it was entangled. I couldn't get it out. And so when I was in the position of making a business decision of going ahead and filing for bankruptcy, because that's what good business people will do when you have what we have when we do. I didn't do it because I had this property of my family, my grandparents, in this home. So I was willing to just bite the bullet and fall on the sword, saying, I've got this, I can go back and do it over again. Years went on, family members, they took over the property. I went through my thing. Eventually, I made that move here to get closer to home because I wanted to be available if I needed to be home. And that's what I did. I made that move back to South. And when my grandmother passed, I was there. I was there when she was on hospice. I prayed on her. It was the day before my birthday. I left here, went back to Florida to pack up stuff and move back here. And I got the call as I drove that she passed. And so I was there with her in that moment, and I was at peace. On Wednesday, I got the call. On Wednesday, I got the call that my grandfather was not doing as well. And I was getting the calls in, and I said, okay, it's going to be okay. And then I got a call from Aisley out of the blue asking me if I was able to. He had me scheduled for July and asked me if I can come now because Donna was supposed to be here. And I said, yeah, I'll come. And I did that knowing, okay, this is going to give me an opportunity to go and see my grandpa. And so we got on the road today. We made that trip and got to the nursing home and could see somewhat, some movement in him and the changing in breath, and was able to lay hands on him and pray for him in his final state because I've gotten word that he was fading. And was able to be there today, and much like I did with my grandmother, I was able to pray on him. That was at peace. So came here, we got here on time. My aunt called me, shot me a text, asked me if I made it on time. So yeah, got here. We went on, we passed by here. Contacted Aisley, tell him I was here. And went to Buffalo Wings. And he shot the text, telling me, yeah, we're ready to go. So as I get up, get ready to leave. As soon as I was leaving, I got the call that he had passed. And all my aunt could say was, he waited for you. And that's exactly what I know is the case. So it's appropriate for me to be here on today to be talking to you about something that I haven't pulled out of my toolkit. And I'm speaking on other topics. I'm not, real estate is back in my hand stuff. This is fun. This is easy. This is light work. I'm advanced. I'm at a different place. But it's appropriate for me to be here today to talk about this thing called life is rich, and to tell you about this opportunity that comes as a result of making the willingness to pursue wealth, and to know that it's necessary, that it's needed, and that there's an assignment. I pass that baton on to each one of you to do that, and understand that don't let anyone make you feel bad about this whole thing of getting all this promise, because Matthew 6:33 says, "Seek ye first the kingdom of God, all of His righteousness, and all things thereafter shall be added unto you." There's a promise there. So I encourage you to go get it, because if you don't get it, that means that's just on you. That means there's some lack of love, because what I did was all love for my family.
Yes.
If I feel that if anyone doesn't go out, a parent, a grandparent, doesn't go out and do everything they can do in order to get wealth, that there's a love deficiency. If one doesn't go out and get the bare necessities that they need to get, to take care of, to give their family the very best, there's a deficiency in love. Because love will allow you to go out and do the best you can do. And all you gotta, it's there to get. And there's no limit on it. And all you gotta do is just put in the time and effort just to learn. Why not continue to grow? Because if you're not growing, you're dying.
Exactly.
So that's what life is rich is. And so I extend a personal invitation to each one of you to learn more. Feel free to connect with me. I'm real. And it's truly been an honor to be here tonight. And I want to thank you guys for being used to bring me back home at this particular time, this particular day, because it's proper and in order. So thank you.
Listen, I did not know that prior to the meeting.
Wow.
I knew Nate's grandfather was ill, and I appreciate him coming out.
Absolutely.
Like I said, someone you can